everybody, this is Dan or Crazy Bad Cuber. In today's video I have a review of Oscar's puzzle, ForniCube. It's a 3D printed puzzle. Now he sent this puzzle to me months and months ago, and we had this big idea of how it should be presented and sort of make a big video about it. I told him I'd be able to provide him with this content, but unfortunately I am not able to do that, so I have apologized to Oscar for that, and he says not a problem, he understands, make the video as best you can, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be rating this video a little bit higher. I don't know if kids should watch this video. It really depends. I mean, I'm not your parents. Your parents may have a wide sense of humor. So if you are questioning whether this video is something you should watch because you weren't comfortable with the 8-inch bolt video, maybe you should get your parents to watch this first. Now, I don't really like quoting Me, Myself, and Pi because that's what he said in his rebellion video against the 8-inch bolt. But remember, this is just a joke. This isn't meant to be taken seriously at all. It's just a puzzle. It's just for fun and entertainment, so hopefully you guys like it. So a little bit of a backstory. This puzzle was supposed to be presented by a female in the same way that Oscar's niece presented the 8-inch bolt, making some very risque jokes. So if you're not, in tune with that type of humor, then I suggest just not watching this video. I think this puzzle is funny, and I think that it's a very well-made puzzle and a very fun puzzle to solve. So again, Oscar, I apologize I couldn't provide you with that content. I've tried to ask all the girls I know, nobody was willing to do it. I've tried to pay them. I've even went to talent agencies and talked about hiring somebody to come in and do it, but it was just a little bit too expensive for me to be able to do that. So anyways, this is Oscar's 8-inch bolt, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So this is Oscar's ForniCube, and it's basically just a 3x3 bandaged cube, and it's bandaged along all of these, and it turns exactly like that as well. So you can see the turning is very, very good. Now I found that the bandage side with the bandaged edges and corners, it turns really smooth, as you can see. But if I was to turn another layer, it actually clicks into place. But I guess you're wondering, how is this related to the 8-inch bolt? Well, this actually comes out. This is actually a piece that's not even really needed. So this can come out, and then it can go back in. And I think it's a pretty funny little thing. It can come back out, and it can go sideways, and it can, I don't know, you can move it all around if you want, and you can even go like this and flip this over and go in backwards, but it still fits just as good. So it can go in either way, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in there. And then inside we've got this huge thing you can put your finger in. There's a lot of space inside of there. And then here is the actual piece that fits inside. So you can see that this protruding piece here is actually what fits inside of this groove or crevice, whatever you want to call it. But that is actually not needed for the puzzle. This is, just for fun. You can do whatever you want with that. So use your imagination. But as far as the puzzle goes, it turns very well. Now, I was actually surprised when I got this and I took this piece out and I saw this. I thought that it was only bandaged here and here, just there, and that you could only move these pieces and that this whole section was bandaged. But that's not the case at all, because you can actually move these around. And I find that sometimes a layer might get a little bit stiff, so you kind of gotta work it around again. But anyway, there we go. So you move it this way, and now you can actually turn that. You can turn this one and move it this way and turn that one. And you can see how it scrambles up really nicely by doing that. Hopefully I didn't scramble it too much, but that is basically how it works. So it's a very interesting puzzle. So Oscar asked me if I could, review this, obviously, and in such a way that it would have been a female, but I was not able to fulfill that, so I was just going to show you the puzzle now. But yeah, you're free to use your imagination on how that works. So I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. But anyways, let's go ahead and scramble this thing up. So let's just scramble these up first. This one here, and we will scramble it more. Okay, so how did that move? Okay, now I've scrambled those. Okay, I understand how that works now. So you go like this, and then you can move that. So it does completely scramble. I never noticed that before for some reason. I don't know why. We'll move this one here and scramble it some more. So anyways, guys, I think I have a pretty sufficient scramble. And now obviously you can put that piece in and it looks completely scrambled. And then you can take it out and then you can put it back in, flip it over, do whatever you want. But anyways, let us look at the mechanism. And let's see if I can get this apart. So here is the mechanism. We'll get that screw out, and then all of the pieces can come out. So here you go. You can see that the core of this thing basically is a little ball, and pieces fit inside of it like this, and they slide on rails. Corners can obviously go in. I'm guessing they go like that. And then we've got this whole section here. Oh, a piece fell out, but now you can actually kind of see, hopefully you can see, but this can go back in there. And then obviously this will go just like this. So you can kind of see how these grooves fit inside these two. And so you put it like that, and now you can actually screw it back in. And that's how it goes together. So let's take a look at this section by itself. And so we can take a corner out, and that's what the corner looks like. And then we can take an edge out, and that's what the edge looks like. And it's got this little piece underneath here. And then we've got these grooves that sit on top. I guess you put this piece there, and you put the groove on top, and there you go. And then of course you just break this down right down to the centerpiece, which also has another one. So this is actually quite a complicated design. The centerpiece doesn't even have anything here. It just sits inside of other things' grooves, and that's how it sits in. So it's a very interesting design. So Oskar said that he defines this puzzle as deeper than origin, which is quite fitting. So anyways, I didn't know what that meant, and he wrote back, and I'm going to read you what he said because I still don't quite have a concept. I know that it's just cut deeper into the puzzle than a regular Rubik's Cube. So he writes, the concept is actually ill-defined. The idea that a regular Rubik's Cube is shallow cut, that is, the cut is quite close to the surface. One can move that cut deeper to the original, which would create deeper cut puzzles. When you move the cut beyond the origin, then the puzzle becomes deeper than origin. Okay, so that actually does make sense now that I'm reading back to it. The ForniCube, one can see the two screws for the possible, stuff, which is right in here as I showed you. Hopefully, now you can see it right here anyways. However, that cut is enabled by the rotation is at the other side of the origin. Hence, some would classify this puzzle as a deeper than origin puzzle. Okay, so anyways, I don't really quite understand what that is, but I'm sure a lot of you guys out there do. So, but that is the ForniCube. Kind of fun. That actually looks a little. You know what that looks like? Have you guys seen what's that guy from Looney Tunes? I think, or the Martian guy. That looks like his head, and then this goes in there. Adult humor. Oh, I don't know. Okay, anyways, guys, let's finish this video off. All right, guys, so that's the video. That's the puzzle. Hopefully you weren't too offended by any of the jokes I made or anything like that. I mean, I didn't really do too much anyways, but anyways, it's a super cool puzzle to solve. Obviously, the part that comes out doesn't really do anything to the puzzle except for add to the joke and also just fill in the space for the bandaging part. But it's a really interesting the way it moves. I was really surprised by the way it moved actually, because when I saw pictures of it, I didn't really quite understand how it moved. So anyways, thanks again to Oskar for sending me this puzzle and allowing me to review it. Now I can actually send it back to him after months and months. He did give me till the end of summer, and there's still lots of summer left, but that's the way it is. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on my next video.